All right, y'all. What's the deal? We back with another Blowboyz episode. I'm not gonna lie, I lost count. Feel me? So I'm gonna just go on YouTube after this and see what episode number it is. I don't
Just be
want to
doing
butcher
one
it, bro.
offs. So I don't know how many he be doing.
Yeah,
He be doing one.
I forget what
He be
episode we
doing
on.
he be doing one offs. I'll be like, yo,
But sometimes the one offs be needed, bro. Jones be needed. Be having to get it off my chest, or I just be having something to talk about that I think is interesting that could help. But anyways, it's good to be back. Oh, I might as well announce it because it did just happen, and I was supposed to tell you beforehand anyway. Shout out Jay Biggs. He actually created us a mini logo. It's actually nice. I think if I had to guess where the inspiration came from, it's like a Boys in the Hood inspiration. Personally, I like it a lot. I'll show you once
mhm.
we get done this, but I thought it was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was pretty cool. Cause
Text it to me.
I about to say yeah, I'll make sure I send it to you. Um, yeah, he was
No, no, no. Send it to me right now.
bro, don't you see I'm looking down, bro?
I don't know. You could be looking down at the bag of chips.
Nah, he was nice enough to like, just see that we was doing a podcast and he decided to help us out. Um all in all, regardless, regardless of how it came out, I was gonna be appreciative, but I actually do like it a lot. So shout out Jay, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, once we get done this episode, I will definitely text you back. I don't want to lose my my train of thought with everything that we got going on.
That's different. That's dope. That's not what
That's what I'm saying.
I would have thought of.
I wasn't expecting
That's
that at
very
all.
abstract.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't expecting that at all. That's why I was like, damn, that's actually kind of fire, low key. Like I was with it. I was with it. All right. So,
Yeah.
one of the things that I know has been important for me and Marcus, especially with the style of training and the approach that we have had over the past couple of weeks, mind you, this is more or less like my first 4 weeks with this style of training, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm loving it for abundance of reasons. Uh, Nutrition, like making sure you're actively eating enough. Like eating enough is a big piece, and if you're eating more, like if you're getting even more in, you're gonna feel even better while you train. I'll talk about my training block and everything, how that happened with the nutrition and how everything panned out. But overall, we have to talk about how important eating is. Getting the energy in so you can get the energy out. And then the energy that you don't put out in the gym gets used for recovery and everything else. And with nutrition, I want to make sure we also mention taking care of your gut health and putting yourself in position to eat as much as possible while you train. I'm gonna let Mark take over though because we it's been clear that I've been going through like a shift where like food used to be like how do I even put it? It's like I feel like a part of me used to romanticize food. And mind you, I still love food the same way, you feel me? But I don't romanticize food as much as I recognize food is like it's meant to be used. It's meant to be utilized so I can stay healthy, stay alive, and move forward. Like I remember when I was a kid, and I feel like a lot of people have done this. When you're getting ready to go out to eat, and you've been looking forward to it all day, and you may have been busy before, you know what I'm saying, you found out you was gonna go eat. You will wait and like not eat anything, not drink anything until you go to the restaurant, just to under eat at the restaurant. And I recognized recently, like I'm done with that. Like I'm not doing that no more. I'm gonna eat hour or two before, and then when we go to eat, I'm gonna eat again. And if I don't eat all of my food while I'm there, I'm gonna take it and then I'm gonna eat it later. But I just recognized like I had to personally stop romanticizing food so I could just get what I needed out of it. Don't get me wrong, I still love food. I'm still a foodie, like designer food boy. I'll drive an hour to go get some grub for sure. But at the same time, I recognize like it has its like processes. It's a means to an end at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I understand it could be a delicacy. It could be something that stimulates the brain. But at the same time, we need to eat. So it need to be there. It need to be available and ready, and we got to get it in. You feel me?
Designer food. You know that's like lobster and like crab and other sea and M and M&Ms.
Bro just mentioned sea bugs and said that's designer food. That's a whole different topic though. That's a whole different topic, boy. Because I don't even want to. I don't even. I don't even want to ruin the podcast for a certain group of people. But
And
we talking about sea
the
roaches being
flame, the
designers.
flaming hot, the flaming hot Cheeto wings and Kool-Aid pickles.
You finna get me mad. Like you
I
gonna
mean,
piss me off.
my fault.
You said Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid
pickles,
pineapple.
Kool-Aid pineapples. Nah, hold on now. Let's divert and let's talk about this. Black
We're gonna
folks.
talk about the. We're gonna talk. Yeah, we're gonna talk about diabetic speed runs.
Yeah, like black folks. Okay. Pineapples are already a delicacy in itself. Very amazing fruit. Quite frankly, one of my favorites. Top two for sure. There is no reason.
Naturally sweet.
There is no reason we need to be. We need to be making Kool-Aid and dipping the pineapples
I'd be
inside the
so
Kool-Aid.
disappointed.
Like, bro, what's going on? Like, and it's like
I'd be so disappointed.
I'm trying to talk about it without like bringing others down, but it's just like
Nah,
the
you
personnel,
gonna bring yourself 6 feet.
the
You gonna be
personnel,
6 feet now.
the personnel that be buying the food, like we need healthier habits, yo. It's it's so simple, but it's not simple at the same time. Like we just like y'all eyeballs be yellow. Like y'all need y'all
Hot,
like
hot, hot Cheeto wings
it's
with Fruit Loop, velvet waffles, pineapple spear, Kool-Aid, trench food,
say
blue
what you be
flaming heat Takis.
say what you be saying, bro. What you be saying and stuff like that.
Nah, nah, I can't say. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. You know what it is though. I'm not gonna say it though. You know
Yo,
exactly. You know exactly what it is.
yo,
But no more of that. None of that.
yo, but
None of
like,
that.
here's what I'm saying. It's just like we agree. Like it might taste good, but it don't belong.
It's not good for it.
It don't.
Yeah, it's not good for
It
you,
don't
man.
belong. Like it's just.
No more of that.
Like those,
Um,
that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Where it's like you wait all day to eat that. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, we getting this. We finna take this
and then
drive to get these
and
Cheeto
then you
wings.
realize, like I'm hungry. You eat
Yeah,
it, and
like,
you be like, man, that's not. I bet you they be either hungry a little bit after, or they just be ready for some more BS. Like they go and just they be like, yeah, I gotta go for it. I'm gonna drive back. I'm gonna see if he's still open, bro. Another thing they've been doing is these like meat cones, bro. It be like cones, bro. I seen like of an array of meats and rice inside of a McDonald's kids meal box. I done seen cone chicken wings. I done seen a whole half a turkey, bro, a half a chicken inside of a cone, bro. Delivery. I've been seeing it so many different things, and I'm just like, it's just like for example, this off topic. I don't even care because we just gonna talk. In Charlotte, there's so many different food places popping up, and people can't even realize that the food is not good. You're paying for ambiance. The food is disgusting. This is just this is just a this is just an environment that looks high end. The tables, I got something in my eye. Jeez Louise. I'm finna maybe I just need to cry because I'm irritated and I'm disgusted with all of this. But you're just paying for ambiance. you're paying for you're paying
yo,
you're paying for
it just started
ambiance.
crashing. Like, it just started crashing out.
You're paying for ambiance, you're paying for lighting. The food's not good. Like second grade D rate food, D tier food. And it's like y'all just paying for stuff because they got a fancy name on it. It's like y'all not this is not good food. But anyways, back to the diet part. First of all, shout out to this is common knowledge. It might not be, but shout out to chemistry in college. Um Food is measured in calories, kilocalories, and
Mhm.
heat. And so essentially when we eat food, The food produces heat. Our body utilizes it, and it turns it into other things, nutrients, and we got the protein and we got all that. But let's just talk about heat. Let's just talk about food and heat in our body. So if we're that's why they be like burning calories. That's why that's how that works. So let's say you are trying to you're working out, you're training hard, you're trying to put on muscle. Your body needs to turn into something that is good at utilizing heat. So you're going to need more food, or you're going to need more calories in a sense to where you can train harder. So like me and Jeff, we both training extremely hard right now. So uh the heat is going to fight off a lot of fight off of and help produce a lot of metabolic processes that are already happening in our body.
Yes.
And so if you don't have enough calories, you're not going to be able to train hard. You're not going to be able to utilize. You're not going to have fuel. That's a big thing as an athlete. Is like he said, he still enjoys food. He still enjoy a good meal, but we're looking at food as a resource to accomplish our goals.
Exactly.
So like that's why it's important to have a well-rounded diet. That's why it's important to have all these different things because there's so many processes happening that our body needs to be fueled all the way around, well-rounded diet, well-rounded meals, so that we can continue to make it do what it do. But
Mhm.
when you're training hard, you just need a certain amount of calories. I'm not gonna say a lot of food because that's gonna be I feel like that's not a really good description because everybody's caloric intake is gonna be different and
I was to
caloric
say
need is different.
the amount of
But
food can be very subjective to one situation, so I get
yeah.
it. I get it.
So like Jeff, for example, I still don't think he eating enough, but he's eating a lot. But
Yeah, like
Jeff is also
I ain't gonna
not
lie, like
Jeff is not freaking what?
I'm finna go get Chipotle as soon as we get done. Like I'm finna support the
Jeff
man's.
Jeff is like 40 pounds heavier than me. Jeff should be eating way more food than I am. Um, but it's interesting because there are some people who like need a lot of calories because of how much muscle their body has, and so
Hmm.
they could be smaller, but their ability to utilize the food requires them to eat more. So like somebody like
Literally,
me, I got a lot of muscle. So like when I'm at rest, I'm burning up. I'm just a furnace. And so let alone when I train, like it's crazy. Like when I go to sleep at night, I gotta have a little thin blanket. I hate that sheet. The little thin sheet, I hate it so much. But I be under it. I be under it and I had a fan on and the AC's cranking because my body is just burning up.
be roasting, boy.
Um,
Be cooking like a
yeah.
kebab. Like
You you have to think about your food as I always tell my clients, I was like, you have to eat enough food to sustain your lifestyle and your training. There's people that's not even eating enough food to sustain their lifestyle, let
mhm.
alone training. So it's like I know one of the big things right now is how important creatine is for muscle and brain health. So imagine you, I know for me, like I started taking more creatine. There's less brain fog. I'm able to just snap back quicker mentally. Same thing with magnesium. Magnesium, your muscles aren't the only thing that uses magnesium. Magnesium is used in multiple metabolic processes in the body. And once I started taking that again, so many things started to feel better and so much sharper. And I think a lot of lifters they eat, but not they're not calculated enough. Like I'm not saying you got to count like my nutritionist. Shout out to Kalia Iron Fox. Um, she she counts everything, and she when you work with her or if she's talking to you, she recommends that you count just so she can get an idea of what you're doing. Um, I told her, I'm like, I got too many things going on. I'm not gonna count my calories. But what I will do is I'll take a picture of all of my meals
Mhm.
and uh you could tell me like I need more or less this, that, and the third. And I did that. And she said I was doing a good job, but I needed more variety. And if I'm training really hard, I need to try to get in that extra snack or getting that extra meal.
Mhm.
A lot of lifters are not taking into account just how much their life demands, and they try to blame it on like all these other things, but it's simply you're just not consuming enough food. You're not
Yeah.
recovering. That's another thing. Food is used for recovery as well. You're not you're not consuming enough to be able to make forward progress. You're eating enough food to take a step forward. Whereas if you was really eating like how you supposed to, you could be running. You could be running really, really fast.
No,
And
100%.
m- me and Jeff well, I don't know, because Jeff is a big boy. Me, I was not always eating the way I was supposed to. You'd have to force me to eat because I would just eat just enough. But once I started eating the way I wanted my body to perform, that's when everything started to take off and getting strong became significantly easier.
Yeah. And
Um,
I'll also add some asterisks because we have some pretty unique situations that allow us to eat the way that we do. I feel like the easiest way to describe it is like more or less we train like untested athletes. Like the amount of accessory sets that we have. Um like I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing 5 to 7 sets of accessories per movement. Like or 5 to 7 sets per movement. So like I I went from like thinking that 5 sets was crashing out to like I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty normal these days. Like I go to the
mhm.
gym and like I'm looking for activation. I'm looking for my work capacity, my volume to increase. And then as I get more comfortable in that, I'm looking to, increase my threshold in terms of my workload. And for real, I'm actually like right now I'm feeling like I'm hitting the PR away from the gym because although I lifted some pretty heavy weights this past week I don't feel dead. Like I know what it feels like to be smoked in terms of my nervous system from training. But right now, like I still have like a pump from like just eating and drinking enough water and just getting enough sleep, like and just still getting creatine and stuff in. And my body's fluctuations are happening a lot harder because my training is more or less focused around like the hypertrophy and building the body. Like I do still think I could call on whatever heavy lifts if I needed to, but it's not really a focus right now because the focus is just managing the body better, better functionality, more muscle mass. And like Marcus said, the more muscle mass you have, depending upon how big you are, how tall you are, how big your musculature is, how much you have across your entire body, it's going to put you in a different position to eat more. Like a lot of the time, I think of it nowadays like let's get good at training so we can just get more food in. The more musculature I have, the more I'm going to eat. The more I eat, the better I'm just going to feel when I do train with the barbell. So I just look at it as like a chain reaction type of thing now. And like I said before, like Marcus was saying about me, I still look to enjoy food. Like I still what I'll do is like I'll get my 3 meals and if I'm still hungry, like y'all heard me say before, I'll go get Chipotle. You know what I'm saying? I'll go get honey Chipotle chicken, double him up, get some extra white rice and boom, sklat, pow. You feel me? I'm in my bag, and then I wake up feeling superhuman because the rice, glycogen, all that type of
Don't
good stuff.
forget them beans, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They won't cut you out on beans. You could be like, yeah, let me get triple beans. They'll
They
give it
gonna
to
be
you.
like, they gonna smack that joint down on your bowl, like you know what I'm saying? They WWE and shit in there. But no, shout out to people
What
at
are some
Chipotle.
what are some of your things that you're finding uh as nutrition staples? What are some things that you need in your diet that you notice like, yo, when I have these things, I am I am on 10.
Number one, the most important. I think a lot of people missing out on this. Number one, the most important. Eggs, nigga. Y'all need to be eating eggs. No cap. I'm trying to tell y'all, if you I had to get close cuz it's real. Like we was talking about this a couple days ago.
Yeah, we was
When you wake up in the morning and you have breakfast, if you are allergic to eggs or something that's completely different. But if you can eat eggs in the morning, you need to be eating them. They are very important. Like you need to be eating them. The second thing,
hold on, why
um
they need to be eating eggs?
bro, they just like I don't know the science behind it at the very moment, but they just make niggas feel good. Like you need to be on that. Like there's stuff in there that you
Eggs
need.
Yeah, eggs have a great deal of vitamins in them. Like
Yeah,
eggs
like
cover a multitude of vitamins, healthy fats. Um,
for real,
what is
bro.
it? I forgot which cholesterol, LDL or HDL. I'm
Yeah,
not
like I
gonna
don't remember
say,
the
but
exact
it
name,
covers
so you know what I'm saying
it
I didn't
covered
look to mention that.
eggs. Eggs cover a lot of the bases as far as nutrition, and like somebody like me, for example, that's African. Like a lot of African culture, they eat mad eggs. Like Ghanaians, shout out to Bruce, they eat mad eggs, and I could eat, I could eat like for real, I could eat like 6 eggs in the morning with alone, like because typically I have like 4 to 6 eggs, 3 pieces of bacon, 2 bagels, some cream cheese, a banana or two, and some orange juice or something like that.
See, like my goal is to
Speaking of
like
that,
my goal is to get to the point where like even on a busy day, I'm still stomaching that much food. Like it's getting a lot easier for me because I remember before it felt like I had to force breakfast. But as of recently, it's like,
oh,
bro, I need
I
to
be
get up.
waking up, my stomach be hurting
Bro, my stomach be touching my back. Fuck hurting. My stomach
in the
be
morning.
what, bro?
So he said eggs. I'm gonna say orange juice.
Orange
I was
juice.
telling him about this earlier.
Another
Orange juice
big
is
one. Oh
important,
my
it
goodness. I'm
because
cooking.
it when you consume a lot of carbs, you need potassium. I forgot how it works, but it helps with the digestive process, and it helps your body kind of absorb it appropriately. Because if you're not eating enough if you're not getting enough potassium, them carbs just not going to be utilized as well as they could be.
Hmm.
So for he said eggs, I agree. Orange juice is another one of those like
My
you
other
need
one,
that type vibes.
if you can get access to this at the crib, y'all need to be eating steak.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna change your
That's another one
shit.
of them things that got the
Yeah,
vitamin
bro.
B,
It's
the
crazy.
creatine.
Like bro. The
Um,
last couple of weeks, bro. I've been eating steak like on this like the I think for 2 out of the 4 weeks of this block that we just finished, I ate steak uh twice. I think I had like a New York strip and some other steak. I don't remember what the second steak was, so I can't put y'all D right now. I gotta go back and order it again and make sure it's the same joint. But when I tell y'all that joint had me feeling like a superhuman, like when you just get steak and you get a good amount of carbs in, bro, it just helps like your body. Depending on what type of musculature you got on your body, your body just gonna absorb it. It feels great. Like, and mind you, I know I'm becoming more muscular because a lot of the time when I used to eat steak, it used to feel really heavy on my gut. Like I used to be like, damn, okay, I know I ate some steak. People be telling me like, yeah, it take me about 2 days to digest a steak.
yeah,
Couldn't be
that's a
me.
crazy thing. I've
Yeah,
heard that before. I
couldn't
was
be
like,
me. I'm
yo,
like, nah, bro. I needed another one the next day. I'm like,
they be
this
they be
mug
like, yeah,
good.
it be sitting it. It's been sitting in my stomach. I'm like,
First off, you need
that's a
some
little.
probiotics. It's like you need something. You need something for your gut health. You need something. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking, so he said steak. I'm gonna say again, shout out to Kalia. She put me on kimchi. I've been eating a
Yeah.
lot of that and just adding that into I'll say kimchi and beans, not together, but just like those two things. I've been eating a lot of kimchi because it's a lot of Asian cultures. They eat food that is what do you call that? Not old. What's the word I'm looking for? What is it? Fermented vegetables.
Yeah.
Helping with gut health. That's why they be living for such a long time and they stomachs be healthy. So if you don't want to take a probiotic and you want to do it through food, I definitely suggest kimchi. You can warm it up. You can do it in a soup. You can do it with rice. Like it's just one of those good little additions that you can add. And beans are cheap. You can go get a can of beans, and that's why I said if you
Oh,
go to
baked
Chipotle,
bean
get
head
the extra
ass.
beans
My bad.
because you can get more protein you can just add beans. Like you can add beans to your breakfast. You can add beans to your lunch. Like that's something you can just add in.
You do black beans
And
or
that's a
brown
UK
beans?
thing. Black beans.
All right, I don't be knowing which ones to get. The brown beans be looking a little suspect sometimes when I be
Nah,
at
you got to get the
Chipotle.
black beans. Free That's what it say in a can. Free Frijoles.
Nigga pronounce
That's what it
every
says.
frijoles.
Yeah, bro. The frijoles. All right. So we got eggs. We got orange
Orange
juice.
juice, steak.
We got steak.
You said
We got
beans.
kimchi and beans. What's something else
You wanna
that
add
you've
them
been on?
old ass dates?
Oh, bro, I got two for you. Nah, we have dates. We have dates or dates have a lot of carbs. So if you need
Yeah,
an intra workout food, I mean, obviously, you got Rice Krispie treats, but we talking about like something that's a little bit more healthier for you. Not to say that Rice Krispie treats or rice cakes. I'm just trying to give you alternatives.
yeah.
Dates are good because they got a lot of carbs in it. There's protein in it, and after your workout, you gonna drop a load. That caffeine will stop you up. It'll make your stomach feel like some people they get constipated when they take caffeine. Some people get loose booty when they take caffeine. You do dates, you're gonna be good. Dates, and what was the other one? What was I gonna say? Dates and you know,
I don't. I'm trying, but I don't. I'm sorry.
date if you start eating dates, if you have any stomach issues, you are going to poop. You're gonna have monstrous poops. I promise you. Like your poops, your stomach's not gonna hurt anymore. Anything that you got rotten inside of you, bro, it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be evicted, bro. I promise you. It's gonna and you're gonna be like, yo, I feel empty and powerful at the same time. Um
I thought you was finna say steel cut oats. I know that's your new
Steel,
thing.
steel cut oats. That's my new thing. Steel cut oats. Now it took me a while to get used to the texture of it, but that's one of those things. It this is so good right now. If you're not an eater, pause, or maybe not pause. I don't know. If you don't, if you're, mm,
Yo, nah, nah, nah. Yo,
if if you're not good at eating, right? The goal is to choose foods that your body can get used to so that it can get better at consuming it because you can train your body to eat food as well. So with steel cut oats in the morning, I like it because of it's the fiber. There's fiber, and it also sticks to your stomach a little bit longer.
Mhm.
And so when you have long, hard training sessions, especially in the morning, that's something that could sustain you. Because I don't, since I've been doing it, I don't find myself needing to snack as much during the session. Or not until like later on into the session where I have to get some dextrose powder or drink a Gatorade or whatever the case may be. But I'm starting to be able to, at first I couldn't eat a lot of it because the texture and everything was nasty, but I'll add some brown sugar, coconut brown sugar, and some frozen strawberries or some
Mhm.
frozen fruit into there. And like I'm starting to be able to consume more than one serving in one sitting. And
Yeah.
so now it's like not only do I get the benefit of using the food as fuel, but like I said, your insides is clean. Fiber, I got picked on threads because of this, and Kalia will agree. Fiber is something that people don't get enough of. And she always tells me, and I think any person in nutrition would agree that if you can get your most majority of your food, your calories from food, do that. Supplements are a supplement to something else that's already set in stone. So get that set. Don't worry about the protein brand and this, that, and the third until you're like, all right, I've maxed out what I could do food wise. Let me go to these different modalities so I can get the rest of my food, the rest of my nutrition. But I said something about fiber, and everybody started going on me like, no, protein is the building blocks. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Get out of my face. Uh, fiber is important because it helps your body utilize the food, the protein and the carbs. It helps your body use that faster, but it also cleans you out. You can't. Some of y'all got duty in food from like 2 weeks ago, bro. It's still in your bodies, bro. Like y'all, a
Some of
lot
y'all
of people.
eating them colorful waffles and shit, and them
That's why
pineapples.
y'all That's why y'all poops be like looking like little balls or come out like watery or like it look chippy, like it's got chipped off. It's not like a thick cylindrical type vibe going on, like a salami. You know what I mean? I'm talking poop. I'm gonna keep it real. We need a soundboard.
Yeah, yeah. What? What? Yo, salami?
You're Nah, because check it. When you look at your poop, it should look a certain way. That's how you know. It should look a certain way and it should smell a certain way. If it don't, then you know like, all right, I'm not passing appropriately. something going on in my gut. I need to check it before I get wrecked. That's why people be getting colon cancer, especially in men. I think colon cancer is something that's very like up there in terms of men. That be killing people. It be killing folk. It be
Yeah.
giving people all these problems. So yeah, it's funny. Like yeah, poop, yeah, fight with the dookies, haha. But it's also a serious matter, especially
No,
with
facts.
all the food that we consume, the amount of stress that we already put on our body, and just the nature of strength training.
Let's use that to segue into our next topic because I feel like they go hand in hand. We talked about brain fog and just being able to get up and operate quicker. And of course, this is going to take like a step away from food too, but how to focus. And I want to start off from a nutritional standpoint. It's like the quality of food that you intake,
We also
whether
we not nutritionists, by the way. This is just our experience
yeah,
with
we
food,
use our anecdotes to just make smart plays. And for real,
and we
one
go
of
to
the
people that got this plays to make.
yeah, like and for real, a lot of it comes down to what consistently works for us. Like I know like whereas I used to eat at plenty of different fast food places, I feel like and shout out Marcus for this. My main two places are definitely Chipotle and Subway. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
Like
hey, we didn't even talk. We didn't even
we
really
ain't even
talk
talk
about
about
something. Hold on, let's
Subway.
talk about some. Let's
I
talk
knew
about.
I
Let's
knew
talk
I
about
mentioned
Subway
it.
right quick.
I about to say I knew when I mentioned it, you was
Listen,
finna get on that.
listen, because my wife be on this with Subway. If you haven't, download the app because it be random deals going on randomly.
Mhm.
Subway has the most. If you're a piloter, if you're a young college student, if Subway has the most bang for your buck calorie wise. Imagine it's you just hard training session. Oh man, oh what I'm gonna eat? I don't know. Oh my god.
This nigga need a
You go
sponsorship.
you go to Subway, you're like, oh, dip, like, yo, it's buy one, get one free. You get two subs, right? You get three cookies, you get some chips, you go to the gas station nearby or the Dollar Tree, you get a 99 cent guzzler. The cup be that big. Like, you go fill it up with some Powerade or some juice, or you go to the Dollar Tree and get like some off-brand hydration drink. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're set. You got meal one, you got meal two. You can that meal alone, a Subway foot long. I get a chicken bacon ranch, sometimes double chicken, three cookies, chips, and a drink. Bro, that's almost like that's 2,500 calories right there in a post-workout meal. Bro, you're set for life, bro. Mom's making pizza
Set for
rolls.
life is
We're playing
crazy.
Fortnite. Like, we're good, bro.
Yo, you
You-
stupid, bro. Nah,
like
but
like
he not lying though. You can get a lot for your bread at Subway. 100 like and yeah, bro. Like it's not
Italian herb and cheese bread. Come on.
yeah, bro. Yeah.
And then you can start getting
Gotta
points.
I can't knock him for that because like I've had some pretty hard ass
Subway,
training
Firehouse,
sessions. Yeah.
Firehouse too. Firehouse subs. You get them points. You get them buy one get one. You get man. Y'all better stop playing around, bro, and
No,
get with the
yeah,
program.
I can't knock him for that because Subway
Def be
definitely
getting
changed the
two. He
game.
be getting two.
Yeah, like and for real, it's amazing to me because like lost plenty of weight and like bro,
He still need more.
I damn near be dealing with starvation some days. Like I get done the leg session, excuse me. Like Wednesday is usually the day I deal with it because I squat on Tuesdays. But like boy, I wake up Wednesday and like I be on my way like home from work or something, and bro, my stomach just get to like it's not howling, bro. Like my shit get the
You like,
flamethrower and
oh,
like
chips. Oh,
yeah,
give me some Subway.
bro. Like
Oh,
my joint, I'll be like, yo, I gotta eat. You feel me? I gotta eat. But
and a bag of chips.
like that leads into our point. Like, yo, if you training that hard and you not eating as much as you supposed to, like it's gonna be very hard for you to stay focused. Like in all honesty, it's going like you gonna feel it. You gonna be like you gonna be just like yeah, you gonna be woozy. Like yeah, you gonna be tripping. Like you gonna be I don't know, bro. It's crazy because it manifests differently for everybody for real. But like I don't know.
You walk around stupid, boy.
No, like yeah, like you, bro. When you training, like if you really training that hard, in your
You gonna be
brain,
stupid or angry.
yeah, you just gonna be like that's how most of the time it comes out. Like you just be pissed. It's like you don't even know why you angry. You just irritated. It's like, bro, you need a meal, bro. Like you need some carbs. You need some
Give
fats.
him a
Like
knuckle sandwich.
but nah, so in relation to eating, we also have like different things you can feed yourself. And when you're trying to stay focused, nine times out of ten, 9 times out of 10, we not trying to be feeding ourselves nonsense, whether it be in the kitchen or when you on your phone, when you on social media. Like you want to be looking at healthy things. You want to be making sure you're limiting your time on the social media platforms, and you also want to make sure when you're looking at things on social media, they're more or less positive things or things that are going to support the mission, because it's very easy to be led astray. Your phones are listening to you all the time. If anybody ain't tell you, that's
I
the
hate
truth.
I
And it's
hate
like
getting led
we
astray.
could we could be talking like, for example, we talking about food and Chipotle and all that right now. I guarantee you, bro, I open up the gram, I open up my phone, go on the internet, I guarantee you I see a Chipotle ad. I could almost guarantee it. Like every time we talk about some food, bro, it pops up on my phone. Some type of deal or some type of new flavor. It happens all the time. So with that being said, yeah, like that's the stuff that you consume on social media is damn near just as important as the food that you eat in your kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at it, I'm like, I'm rarely on IG these days, and 9 times out of 10, if I'm there, I got some type of nerd or something on my joint talking about computers or talking about something with the human body. I'm grateful for that. You know, we build our algorithms brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's treacherous out here. It is not fruitful. It is. I don't. The word I could think of right now, the only word I could think of using is dastardly, and it's all in the name of entertainment. So I'm like, Jeff, you gotta come up off that, cause I recognize the things that they got us looking at, the things that we spend our time paying attention to. Yeah, it's not a good joint. You feel me? It's not a good joint whatsoever. Like, you could go
Uh,
down some rabbit holes, and for real, Instagram is man, we could go on about that. We could go on about that all night, cause yeah, it's bad, man. Like we talking
it's
about
not
every time,
good.
and every time I come back to it, bro, I can't stop thinking about this food that I be seeing. Like I can't stop thinking about uh red chicken wings. Like we
That's my
got,
fault because I be sending it to him all the
bro,
time
be
because I just
ruining my
the
TL,
main
bro.
the main reason I be sending it to him because it be in I just be in disbelief. Like I just can't believe that. And I know all the different shapes and sizes of people that be eating it. I'm like
Like this
super
the
skinny
gluttony, like
people,
this the
super
gluttony that's in
big
the
people.
Bible. Like this is what they talk about in scripture, bro. Like this
And
is
don't get me wrong, it's probably good. I'm not gonna lie. I would probably eat it, right? I would that'd be something I had to eat every Lunar New Year or something like that. Cause I can't consume food like that all the time. It's not gonna make me feel good.
bro. You going to
But they
turn
don't care how
colors, bro. Like you going like remember the Gatorade? Every time I think of somebody eating that food, I think of
they
the
pour
old. Think of the old Gatorade commercials, bro.
the old
When they
Gatorade
used to be,
rain,
when they used to
where
be
they be
sitting
the
up, bro.
blue and
They used to be sitting on the
the
sideline,
sweat.
but they used to be sweating, but they used to sweat colors. Like that's how it make me feel. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm just not. Look at your face. That's how I know. That shit is disgusting. Like it just the way it makes me feel. Like nah, I don't want to feel like that, bro. And I've been there. Like you ever ate like and from Philly, so you eat a Poppy Store cheesesteak, bro, and you try to go play ball or something, and you drink that soda, and you don't got no water in your system, bro. Your sweat make you feel disgusting. It feel like you got a plastic,
I feel like you'll start sweating and it'll stink.
like your sweat don't even feel like liquid. It's like a film. Ah, no, bro. See, like yeah, no, that was. And I remember when I started hitting like a certain age, and I'm like, bro, why my sweat feel like that? Like, and I had to start really paying attention. Why, like, bro, make sure random, bro. If you a fella, bro, if you a man, bro, get some antibacterial soap, bro. We don't got time for that. But
Get
that's
some
a whole different.
antibacterial
That's,
soap.
that's a whole different topic. But I just want to make sure I say that because I'm
We gonna
remembering.
soon we gonna talk about soap soon. Hopefully, we can really talk about soap because we can't. I gotta figure it out. I gotta reach out. I gotta something like that
Yeah,
because
yeah, for
there's a
sure, for
soap
sure. We
that
need
y'all need to
that.
know
Yeah.
about. And yeah, but back to the focus thing. like he said, there's a lot of things on social media. There's a lot of things that can just deter your attention. And the best way to focus, like just low tier, is just to get rid of things that are not good for you. Get rid of distractions. Like I'm trying to work on cutting off phone time. There'll be times where I'll just play rain sounds because one, the rain calms me and it's just a calming background noise. And I'll just have that play while I do things because it takes me away from getting on my phone and just endlessly scrolling. But if you have things that you know that you do that are not conducive to training or whatever it is that you have to do in the moment, just get rid of it. People, music, sounds, video, like whatever it is, like just start auditing yourself and kind of being like, yo, what takes me out of my zone? What distracts me? Um, for sometimes I'll throw my phone and wherever it lands. If I need to do something, I'll just throw my phone and wherever it lands, I'll just like, well, it's over there.
No,
And so
yeah.
now I have to get up and go get it. I have to break my focus and go get it if I want to go and get it versus just staying here and giving myself adequate time to do whatever it is that I need to do. Um, a lot of times being focused has to do with just minimizing distractions, like starting there. And as things get taken out and you remove certain things, you'll be like, yo, it's a lot easier to see. It's a lot easier to hear. And a lot of people, social media is like destroying dopamine. Like it's destroying how our body recognizes good job. You know what I'm saying? We can go on our phones and just get a good job, good job. I'm saying good job because that's like the best way to describe it. Everybody likes to hear that they've done a good job. So when you scroll, it just feels like gratification instant all the time. And if you're, especially if you're a strength athlete, that's something that you gotta essentially just like cut its head off because you could do something and like you might not see the fruit of what you've done. But, like, especially, like, the way we train, we're not gonna see the fruits of how we train until it's time to compete. Like,
No,
once
for real. Like
near
the
the tail
only
end of near the tail end of prep, you're not even gonna see, "Oh, wow, all that work I put in." You ain't gonna see none of it.
yeah, the only
Which
thing
is the
people can really say is like, yo, bro, like you wild swole or like you looking big as shit today. Like that's it. Like it's not one of those things where like we gonna be hitting maximal strength like feats in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And before I forget my thought, one of the things that I think is so important, like Marcus was saying, it's like you have to define what being focused is and what it's not. And I recognize that the same way, like the way he talks about taking things out, right? I recognize, and this is something that we talked about from like another episode of the podcast, bro. You have to be able to define what decompression is, and a lot of people can't do that because they delegate like that phone time of scrolling and being on social media and being on TikTok or Instagram. They define that as quote unquote me time, like when in reality, like
No,
if you
that's
define if you define decompression differently for yourself, it's going to look very different. Like there's times where like I'll get off work or I'll just come from the gym and straight up I'll just sit in quiet for like 30 minutes to an hour. Like straight up I'll put the phone down. I won't even listen to music. Like only thing I might hear in the
just
crib
stare
is
at the
just like
wall.
it's just like fans. And I'll just really just like
Mhm.
let my brain relax because it's like we get so desensitized to the overall stimuli that we get from just being on the phone. Like, bro, your eyes are seeing content, it's digesting something at all times. Your brain is always working
Fast, like
around it. It's like it
thousands of
happens
pieces of
so quick.
content per second.
Yeah, like it happens
Yeah.
very quick, and you gotta think of how many. If you really sped scrolled on TikTok and just looked at however many TikToks you could, you'd be surprised at how many TikToks you could look at in 60 minutes. And I had to start peeping that, and it's like, damn. Once I got to that point, bro, it started affecting other things differently. Like, bro, I damn near be reading the Bible now, and it sound like I'm a narrator in an Avengers movie. Like, it sound different. It's just all types of stuff that be changing. Like, my train of thought in the gym be different, and it's like I recognize how important it is to actively decompress from all the things that we have in front of us. Like you gotta think, bro. You driving, you outside, like you driving,
Listen to
and
music.
you got music on. You got billboards, electric billboards that change the different advertisements. Like, bro, you digesting a
you got
lot.
cars
You know what I'm
around you. Yeah,
saying?
we're
Other
we're
people
constantly
music, like
digesting
you know what I'm
stuff.
saying? And it's like you have to set up a space where it's like you just relaxing, like you know what I'm saying? Like no, like you said, rain sounds. You can't really do nothing with rain sounds. That shit just relaxation. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can't do nothing with that. You feel me? It's like you
You
just
can
gotta
only relax.
you real, like real rap. Like you can sit on the couch, bro. What you gonna do to rain sounds? Like I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'd be very surprised. But it's just simple stuff like that. Like and I think like
That, hold on. That like when if when y'all get off work, man, just sit down,
just
bro.
sit
Just
down.
sit down. Like he said, like 30, 60 minutes, just sit down and don't go to your phone. Don't get you some water and just like you ain't even gotta go to sleep. Like old people call it resting their eyes. And my mom legit used to rest her eyes. Like she'll close her eyes, but she not sleeping. It's just
Hmm.
like I just need to like not be stimulated by all these different things. I need to be here with myself.
Yeah.
Can you be here with me?
No
And you
facts.
you just just like chill and really like for me, I love laying on the floor. That's like my biggest thing. One, I like laying on the floor because like I can stretch, I can foam roll, this, that, and the third. Some of y'all need to do that. Uh, I like getting on the floor because I can just feel grounded and just have some pressure pushing back into me as I breathe
I
and
believe
not
in
feeling like
Japanese
I'm.
culture too, it's actually very healthy for
That's
your
why they sleep.
joints.
That's why they sleep on the floor.
I'll
They
say
sleep
I'm
on
pretty
a
sure it's
nice
very,
little
very,
padding.
pretty sure it's very healthy for you. Like apparently there are
Yeah.
people in this world who sleep on the floor, like people who are like, I'm having back
My
problems.
best sleep, some of my best sleep been on the floor, bro.
Yeah, I've been
Shout out to
hearing that.
trenches, not
Uh,
really though.
what you say? Enough of that? Enough of that? What shit? Nah, but nah, seriously, it's like I recognize truthfully like decompression is very important. Like decompression has allowed me to actually be more creative. Like I believe the art of decompression is what kind of led to us to me coming up with the idea like yo we should do a podcast because it's like I come to the crib and I'm like damn it's quiet you feel me I start getting like although I'm not in like digesting information it's like it allows me to think more clearly and it's like it turns my brain into a supercomputer a little bit sometimes because I'd be like damn that's a fire idea. And then when I'm decompressing, I'm like, I need to write that down. And I'll write it down. And then when I come out of that decompression, then I'm like, I got something to do. I got work to do. I got something that I can create on. So it happens so many different ways. Like I said, it's one of them type of joints that can manifest for everybody differently. You know what I'm saying? But I believe it's very important. Like it's also a matter of being able to like trust yourself and hear yourself. Like when you're in the gym and like you decompress a lot, you'll be surprised at how it affects you before that big lift. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
you're not too
speaking on
turned.
that, if you something I do often, and I told Jeff about this too, and I think he been doing it too, is that if I just been staying low, like
Yeah,
I'm not too up, I'm not too down, I'm just like leveled.
yeah,
Um, and
steady
I
ground.
stay leveled until it's time to go train. And when it's time to go train, I'm gonna turn up. I'm gonna turn up as hard as I can. But because I've saved myself from like being too reeled in by the phone or everything else that's happening around me, I can go to the training session and wild out. Like if I'm angry, I can go be angry appropriately. I can go be angry in a session and it makes sense. It's not like misguided or like a blind rage. But if you're always stimulated, like it can be hard to hype yourself up for a lift, or it can be hard to just walk through a session because you're like, man, I gotta do this, man, I gotta do this, man, I gotta do this. Where it's like, yo, I am doing this.
Yeah,
I am in the session. I am working out. I am training. Um, but I might play rain sounds like I train in the morning. So like once other responsibilities are taken care of, I go to the gym, I turn up. After that, I'm chill. But when I was training later in the day, let's say I was training around 1 or 2 o'clock, man, I would not play no music. I still don't play music. I don't really play music if I'm not training. I I would have rain sounds or just like just something chill the whole time because I don't want to excite myself. I don't want to reach any type of arousal level until it's time for me to train because I know it's going to help me do better and be better. Anybody can benefit from this because if you're on your phone or if you're constantly on TikTok, if you're constantly on Instagram, which is everybody, then you probably listen to this, you can benefit from this. Just giving yourself a chance to not be stimulated, you can go into training and just make better decisions. You can raise your arousal level. You can control it. You can go up and down versus just like feeling like you got to stay at the peak the whole time. And it's just a lot more manageable. And on top of that, the cortisol that you get from being overstimulated and being stressed because your body doesn't understand like there's eustress and then there's the other word I don't know, but good stress is still stress. Your body doesn't be like, yeah, he just hit 365 for a triple. Yeah, this that stress that's gonna go over here. Yeah, and and my girl pissed me off. I'm gonna put that stress over here. Yeah, nah, it don't go like that. It all just goes to the same place.
Yeah.
So, and cortisol is bad. It's gonna make you fatigue longer. It's gonna make you sore longer. It's gonna mess up your diet, so you can't eat. It's there's so many different things, and as you can see, it all just stacks on top of each other. So get off your phone,
Yeah, when it comes to
except for if you're listening to us. Get on the phone.
yeah, I'm
All right,
about
go
to
for
say
it.
like let us become your sound. Let us become your sound in the background when you know what I'm saying, when you laying on the couch or something. Yo, what's up? Yo, you all right, bro?
Yeah.
You good, bro? But nah, what was our next topic? I want to end there. That was good. That was good.
The hype.
Yeah, ignoring the hype. So, oh, that's another beautiful segue. So, when you walk into the gym and you're calm, the word I like to use is you're regulated, right? You walk in the gym, you're regulated. Like when you walk in, you have
You're a
your brain.
regular.
Like you have your brain on top of your shoulders. It's not in your heart. Like you feel me? The reason why I say this is because like, okay, this is gonna bring me to the topic of like my week 4 and training and stuff like that. So I had like a week 4 squat and it was supposed to be a triple. I only took a double, right? And Marcus was like, you should have took the triple. But I'm like, that was a I feel like I made a grand decision because the way the rest of my week went, like considering the variables, like I traveled to handle and like the day that I handled, we only got like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Like straight up. I got off the flight on Friday. I didn't get to the gym until like 12:30. We ended up not leaving the gym until like 3:30 in the morning. We got food, like you feel me. I got the calories in, but we damn near only slept like an hour or two, and then we had to be at the venue at 6:40 in the morning or some crazy shit like that. So essentially, I handled from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and like I'm not gonna lie, I felt low key good, but I'm like I know I'm gonna be cooked over the next like day or two, just considering the type of variables that they are. And then uh a day and some change later, I ended up flying back to the city, and then I got back at like 1 o'clock in the morning. The next day, I went to work, went straight to the gym, and that's when we hit the squat session. So I'm like, granted, I could have hit the third rep, but at what cost for the rest of the week? And then the way the rest of the week went, I recognized like um and I don't think I could do this if I wasn't decompressed or regulated even beforehand. It's like I looked at the squat day, made very good decisions. Deadlift day, I'm like, okay, we made good decisions, but I could see how the variables affected me. And then when I went to my bench session, that's why I recognized like it kind of kicked me in the kicked my ass a little bit because the amount of volume I was doing plus the amount of traveling and the variables how they coincided with my performance, it's a very like important thing to take note of. But like the reason why this is so important because our next topic is ignoring the hype. Like, and sometimes I feel like there was a person that I used to be where it's like I would see what I was loading on like a week 4 and I would just be trying to blaze it regardless of everything that's going on. And like this is important to me because I know with how I feel right now, I'm gonna go train this upcoming weekend, week one, and I know like even during the deload, I'm gonna feel way better. Like I'm gonna feel better than I would have felt just given I went to the gym and just crashed out. But ignoring the hype is like a twofold thing. You got to ignore your own hype, and then you got to ignore the hype outside of yourself. Because the hype outside of yourself can flush you, and we've seen it flush other athletes. Like we've seen athletes get on social media. Somebody tries to address the hype, and they throw their whole prep down the drain. You feel me? I've seen that multiple times. Like, we've seen that multiple. Yeah. Like it got real for a few people. So when I think about that, I think about how that can be a practicing point for me. And this past week was very, very important in that regard because, like I said, this is the same type of energy you get into competition and like you put yourself in the train of thought where it's like you got to take advantage of your third squat, knowing damn well you got 6 more attempts after the competition. Like you feel me? You know you got 6 more attempts after that one discipline. Or for whatever, like you know what I'm saying, I always use squat because squat is the first one in the competition. But this is where like you can train this out in the gym. You can train a better habit. You feel me? And I think it's very important to address it. And I feel like this was a good time to basically have that practice, if you will, because like you know what I'm saying, I'm on a plane and I know the way I'm training my body. I'm not training my lift as hard as I'm training my body, and I know my body's gonna need more rest. I know I'm gonna need more food considering what's going on. Like it's gonna be more variables involved. We gotta basically adjust our expectations to the variables. But the way social media plays into it, the way you look at yourself can also play into it. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm that nigga. It's like, okay, you could be that nigga, but at least be a smart nigga. Make good decisions. You feel me? Like, go in the gym and actually, like, you know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do. Because I don't want to see anybody get folded. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear Kalani when I'm in the gym. I want to see people do well. And, boy, I will
Nah,
say
I want to hear Kalani in the gym.
the most demoralizing thing is watching somebody get folded by a squad. That's more demoralizing than a lot of things. It's like getting dunked on or getting crossed over.
The the hype, like you said, it's important to ignore your own hype because you need to stick to the plan. You don't need to be doing what everybody else, and that's the problem. I feel like hype is a huge issue in powerlifting. So like I'll use Crump because I love Crump. That's another thing I'm into. Crump hype and Crump will make you believe that you are nice, but you're actually not. Just because everybody else thinks you're nice, you could be nice. Once you get in front of somebody who's ignoring the hype and really locked in and doing what they're supposed to do, you're gonna get exposed. Hype normally exposes people because it's like, imagine you train for the hype or you post lists for the hype. There's so many social media influencers and powerlifting that do stuff for the hype.
Mm-hmm.
If that hype was taken away from them, they would not be doing what they're doing. They would not be training. They might not even be training at all, to keep it a stack with you.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are feeding off of this hype, and it's like, who are you when it's not there? When it's week 2 and it's like you starting to pick up speed, it's like, man, I feel good. I could yada 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 and post this on our gram. You know how dumb that sounds? Like I've heard people do this, and I'd be like, you know how stupid that is? Yeah, I could make a shingle dingle and post this, and then everybody be wilding, and everybody in my comments, everybody gonna bookmark me, and I'm just like, who are you training for? Who are
Yeah.
you trying to? Who is the people that's hyping you up? Are they in the gym with you making that progress? Or because I understand it. The reason I understand it is because powerlifting has shifted to a social media sport versus a real sport. It's not too many people that's willing to go out there and train how they're supposed to so that they can put it on a platform.
Mm-hmm.
If you putting it on the platform, if you're putting it on the platform, if you putting it on wax, shout out to Ellis McLean. If you putting it on wax, shout out to you. But if you going hitting big lifts for social media and you call yourself a power lifter, in my eyes, you gone. You're far gone. Like you can't be saved. You don't want to be saved. That's like equivalent to like like, don't get me wrong. There are people who train and they show their training on social media because they might train for life or they might train for military or whatever the case may be. But if you're a power lifter or you call yourself a power lifter and you're doing social media stunts, that's like you're like a strength whore. Don't be a strength whore. That's like you want attention, but it's not real attention. It's not gonna hold up because if I ask you to do it again or whatever the case may be, you're gonna be burnt out. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably can't focus well, and you probably not don't got good nutrition no way. So it's kind of like, what are you? What are you? Why are you here? And I feel like, especially for young lifters or people that's trying to really get better, because there are people in powerlifting that actually care about competing. It just creates such a bad image for the people that's like trying because they're not learning anything. You're not teaching them the right way to go. You're teaching people to blow their load. I made an Instagram video on it a long time ago called "Bro Your Load." You can't do that. Like it's not a good practice
I don't think
because
people
the
recognize like how build-ups in training are like extremely important. Like
of
especially
course not.
when we talk about exposures, like building work capacity, I would say is a lot easier than building exposure because like you can blow your load building exposure capacity. Like literally, you could get around the wrong crowd. They'd be like, "Yo, it's there today, gang." It's like, bro, you gotta recognize like you from like they be in their bag. Like, boy, it's there right now, bro. Like, do it now. But it's like you gotta recognize like the exposure from week 1 through 4, and then week 4 through 8, and then week 8 through 12. Like that's
They
important.
all build up
Like
on, yeah,
that's
they build
very
up on top of each
you
other.
building a mountain. You can't go from week 4 to week 16, and I had to really start peeping that like because there's times where I've gotten into the gym. I'm like, damn, I had like I've done it before and I've still managed to get it done. But there was one time where I went 484 for squat week 1. I think I went 529 week 2. I went 573 week 3. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go 595 week 4. But I went in there, bro, 595, move like,
Raw.
bro, I smoked it. I smoked it so bad, bro. I went to 650. I was crashing. I ain't gonna lie, I hit it though. It moved well though. But the reason why it was crazy, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was 2 blocks where I did this in a row. I hit 650. The next block, I think I hit 660. But I recognize I like built up. This is why being strong, like having bodily strength, sometimes is important. Because although I took that crazy jump, I think the day I took the jump from 595 to 650, I think I hit like 520 for like a set of 8, and then I hit like 500 for 2 more sets of 8. I was in my bag. I'm like, oh, all right, I felt great today. The block after that, though, I believe I had sets of 6. Bro, I hit 661, and then my first back down was 585 for 6. Bro, no lie, 3 people walked up. 3 people walked up on me and was like, yo, are you taking roids? I'm like, bro, no. Like, I'm like, nah. I'm like, but I can see why it could get lucrative, and you start getting, I guess you could say you start getting flustered by the hype, because it's like, I'll do that shit again, nigga. Like, I'll do it right now. Like, I'm already knowing. Like, you be like, I'll do that shit right now. Like, it don't
I'll
matter.
do it right now.
Yeah, like
It's something that can
that's why you
happen
gotta
to
get going.
you.
What the hell just happened? Some shit that could happen to you. Like,
That
nah,
happened to
yeah.
you.
That's why, like, even for me, like, I gotta look at my training, and I'm like, you gotta make it smart, Jeff, because it's not necessarily about doing it. It's about recovering from all of it. Because I know if I recover from all of it in a good span of time, when it is time to
Do it
compete,
again.
you gonna be, that joint gonna be crazy. Like, I'm gonna be real. Looking at it now from that perspective, like I ain't even really have like I always had adductors, but I didn't have like the legs needed to squat something heavy and save my lower back. So like now when I look at training, it's a completely different threshold. Like I'm like, no, I need to get my volume away from this. I need to not be in the hype. Like I need to do everything that niggas avoid. Like when I go to the, that's my biggest rule for myself. Is I go into the gym, even if I ain't write down my program, I go and I look at what everybody doing on Instagram, and I go find something completely different, and I just focus that. Like literally,
You
I just
know, you
started
know, I,
focusing that.
you know, I, I'm doing. I'm so far away. Somebody,
Like,
somebody might think I'm training for. I don't know. They might,
no
they
facts.
might
Like,
think they be like, bro, what you getting ready for? I'm
no, for
like,
real.
I powerlift. They gonna be like,
What?
No, you don't.
Yeah, like what's going on? What's the vibe? I'll tell you right now. People have walked up to me and told me I look crazy for pushing sleds and jumping, and I'm like, okay. I did the same thing in prep when I was getting ready for states, and we saw how that went. Boy, I could have dunked
Yeah,
on you.
he became a state champion, and then nobody.
Chill. Hey, look, like I hit you with the Superman. Remember what he did in the movie? He said,
I didn't watch Superman.
"Oh my,
I'm just Superman is not one of them characters that make me be like, oh, I gotta watch.
So
Like
you ain't
Wolverine,
see
I
the
watched that.
so you ain't see the original Man of Steel, like the first Superman movie that came
I
out.
didn't care.
Yeah, you gotta go watch. That's the best one. This new
I'm
one,
not. I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna watch it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's super. There's something about Superman as far as a character. Like I understand. Like because I used to watch Smallville. You remember Smallville?
yeah, I see what you're getting at. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
That's not I like Smallville, but Superman is not one of those characters that reel me in. Wolverine, like I'll go watch Wolverine because the just everything about it's more relatable. It's you know what I'm
Wolverine
saying?
get on the camera, tell a nigga beat it, bub. Everybody be with that, like nigga be wildin'.
Yeah. Oh, but now I like you said, to be able to build up, that's where the hype is. People don't understand that the meat competition day is where the hype is.
Mhm.
That's where the hype is supposed to be directed towards.
And
But
also, oh my goodness, last thing. Sorry to cut you off, because this is also
no, go
important.
ahead.
It's an important, like I'm thinking about it now. You want your strength to be sticky, right? Let me talk about what I mean by that. When you
Yeah,
go
talk about
through
that, Jeff.
when you go through a macro cycle, 4 blocks, 4 week blocks, you have 16 weeks. If you build up properly, when you get to the end of the phase of like the last 4 weeks, you get to that end, you hit those really heavy numbers, you're gonna recognize like your body's tenure is going to increase like fivefold. Whereas like if you take 8 weeks to build up to something in a off season, your body might not necessarily make that training or make that volume or make that exposure stick. Like this is what I think about over years of training. Like when you have musculature and you allow your body to recover and build up those exposures, basically when you get to the end of that, like it's kind of like when you get out of competition and you recover well from a competition, that strength that you earned in prep, you damn near be close to that as soon as you get out of competition at the end of the first 4 weeks in that first block. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, this happened to me. I competed at states in February. I took 10 days off, and then I just started focusing like heavily on volume away from the barbell. And then I think for deadlifts and for squat, like for squat, I was in like a groove, but I also switched squat shoes, so I started taking it very easy. But deadlifts and bench, like with the volume I was doing, mind you, I shouldn't have been loading the barbell that heavy. I know that now, but I hit 711 for a double and a failed triple. I think 6 weeks after I competed, the best pull that I had on the platform was 727. So y'all see how the exposure and just doing it correctly, letting your body build along with the exposure path that you have. If you do it properly, it will just stick. Like you'll be able to lift heavier percentages in the gym. Do you need to? No. But is it something you could do if you wanted to get the exposure for heavier lifts in the future? Yes. Me and Mark have both talked about opting away from that to really build the body and focus on just building better functionality. That'll be something we probably have to talk about in a whole different episode though, because with a lot of the stuff that we learning, it's like a rolling investment. Every time we talk about it, we find some type of new information. We find some new drill you can do to basically put your body in a better position of function, because we understand that powerlifting is a sport of extension, and the stronger you get, there's minute things that you have to adjust to or you have to take into account to be able to keep doing this at a very high level. There's a lot of guys who've been lifting weights for a very long time, and if you look at their body and their functionality in the first maybe 5 years compared to the last 5 years, they look very
We
different and
don't
it's
look this.
not very good. You know what I mean?
It's
And they're
not
probably
good.
dealing with a bunch of different things that are tied to that don't necessarily make the Instagram post because it's not hype. So
They're not gonna tell you they injured. They're just gonna be like, yeah, I got couple nicks and crannies there. And it's like, no, you're injured.
yeah,
You just don't understand why. You be like, man, my such and such not firing, or for some reason I can't get my disc to work, or I'm shifting or whatever. you're injured and you're just used to lifting that way.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are used to lifting injured. They don't know that they're injured because like everybody is lifting the same way. Like for example, and I know Jeff would hate this too. When people squat, you know they're not squatting because like one, their knees, you can tell if somebody's hitting depth the way their knees come out,
Oh yeah.
and then they might not come back in all the way, but they'll see their knees come out and their body come between their knees, and then they'll just come straight up. But you might not see you'll see somebody squat and it look like they just hit a wall. There's no bounce out. There's no trampoline
Yeah.
out the bottom.
Yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
they hit a wall, their hips crash, their femurs just
And they
crash,
just stand back
and
up.
then they just stand back up. It's
And
like you
it
didn't
looks
you're
painful. Like it actually looks painful. Like, and I look at some of
but
my
that's
old
normal.
squats.
That's normal though.
Yeah,
That's normal
facts.
in powerlifting
Like
now.
I look at a lot of my old squats, and like for real, I'll never do it again because like I've worked on it that much. But I had deleted so many posts on my Instagram because I was looking at my squat. I'm like, bro, my squat ass. I'm like, bro, this shit terrible. Like I gotta fix him. And I was watching these squats. And I'm like, bro, this is so bad. Like, I can't even bear to see it. And then literally right around that time was the time like I'm like I gotta work on my diaphragmatic breathing, and I gotta work on my Valsalva maneuver because this ain't it. And then once I started doing that, it was like my pelvis started to click and get back under me. And then once it got back under me, that's when I recognized like in order to squat the way that I'm supposed to stay healthier in the long run, I have to grow bigger legs. I have to make training as hard as humanly possible for Jeff to be able to build the legs. And then once I started building my legs, my lower back freed up. Then once my lower back freed up, my deadlift volume started getting out of control. I started lifting things and I'm like, I shouldn't be able to do that for all 3 sets of 6. And I was like, maybe I should pull back a little. But then it's like, no, like this is how you're supposed to feel when your body functions at a high level. And then you can basically pick and choose when you need to lift that heavy. So it's a like I said, all of this rolling investment because like there's a lot to be learned. Once you start getting healthy, you're going to continue to breach information that's going to allow you to be an improvement, but also stay healthy as well. You know what I mean? Like we could also talk about how when you work on your functionality in and outside the gym, you don't have to be on a massage table that much. Not trying to take money out their pockets, but it's just the facts. You might go in there and get some soft tissue work for your QL. You might get some fascia work, but at the same time, you don't gotta be on that table
You could
getting readjusted and all that. You feel
you could
me?
do it yourself.
Facts. You could do it yourself with Joe Chill. We gatekeep pro. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get to that.
Oh
We gonna
yeah,
get
my
to that
fault,
in a
my
future
fault,
episode. Cause yeah, that's another one where
my
I'm
fault,
like,
my fault,
there's
my
a couple
fault.
of topics,
That boy
y'all, where
said
it's like
geeky pro.
those topics like can genuinely change y'all. And before we even get to those topics, I want to make sure like Marcus and I are doing our due diligence. We understand that we not like we could consider ourselves researchers. We could consider ourselves like
No, I'm gonna
into
consider myself a research.
we could
I'm
consider
gonna consider
ourselves
myself an intellectual too.
I'm about to say we consider ourselves intellectuals, but like for example, I look at it like I want to be able to have a personal anecdote to work off of because I understand that the personal anecdotes could lead to better referencing for our viewers and the people that are watching. Like I don't want to just talk about a product that I saw and talk about how the potential of it can help. I want to be able to like, yo, I did this. This is how it helped me. If you in a similar predicament, you built the same, you looking for the same results, you might be able to try this. I believe it's more fruitful that way. It's kind of like when you listen to music and the lyrics is relatable. You feel me? It's just like it makes more sense for y'all, and it'll be easier for y'all to track it and get started if need be. With that being said, we are I said limiting. We are coming up at what is that? An hour and 13 minutes right now. So um, with the topics that we have, I mean, like I said, these topics always roll into more conversation, and we're gonna have more episodes. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Jay Biggs for the um the logo. We'll unveil that on social media, probably around the time we post this episode. Uh, I also found a way to get clips while we were recording, so I got about
But you don't need to tell them that.
no, but I want to because it's a part of the growth. Like I want to be able to look back on it and like you know what I'm saying. I won't do this too often, but I like the idea of making this like a time capsule. Like, yo, we got some new shit going on. Like, we got some new, you know what I'm saying? But I understand where you're coming from
I'll
too.
accept.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now, it's just because we in the beginning phases, and I'm like, you know how this is part of like just the hype. This is the hype right here. I'm starting to see like I'm getting in my bag, like with the understanding how this is supposed to work, and it's starting to feel good. So I'm willing to share. But it's like in the grand scheme of things, like for example, there's gonna be a point in time, right? We get on the podcast and like we not gonna have headsets on. You gonna have a big like mic in front of you. Your camera gonna be clean as a bit, and then we just gonna be from here with it. Yo, what's good? We gonna have smaller hip. It's gonna be looking like a real, you know what I'm saying, nice setup. Like
Yeah,
they
you just
gonna
gotta move.
they gonna be like, oh, here we. On that note, y'all, like,
Yeah, on that note, guys. Yeah.
like, comment, share, subscribe, send this to your grandma,
Subscribe.
your auntie, your uncle, or your sisters, your brothers, your
Yeah.
cousins. Yeah, look at it. He about to start. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at it. He about to get in his bag.
Yeah.
But no, we appreciate y'all for tapping into another episode. We'll be back with more content as soon as we possibly can. We'll get up with y'all next time. Peace.